Hey guys, welcome back to the brand new video. Today we are going to be checking the biggest, and I mean the biggest lore yet. We haven't gotten this much lore in a while, and it seriously is a lot because we can now confirm that Mr. P is an innocent person who thinks that he is the fault of making this potion. We confirm everything. I know it's been a while since I've haven't uploaded, but I wanted to take a short break, but plus I didn't have any content to make either, so I really didn't have a choice, so I didn't upload anything for around like a week or so. So I'm back to the uploads, and let's get into the video without any further ado. Let's get right into the video. Before anything, subscribe, leave a like. It's not going to take too long for the intro, and let's get right into this video. It all started yesterday, today, I don't know, whatever day is in your country. For me, it's yesterday. So we basically got the pages update for book 2. Yay! We are getting more lore. But when it came to book 1, we didn't really have much of lore or too interesting stuff in the book itself. So I decided to skip the video on it, but this one has some interesting stuff inside of it, and we're gonna get it cracking into this, and we're gonna find out who really caused this infection. But we're not gonna reveal who caused the infection, but you get the point. We'll get into that. Now this writing is for chapter 5 of book 2. This is where everything gets interesting. After spending most of the day in this rusting cell, we were found by Z and Zuzi. They managed to sneak into the factory sewer system and break into our cell. We were relieved to know that they were okay. They were trained how to handle themselves well. So it shouldn't be have much of a shock, but still seeing their faces gave us some morale. They needed one of us to help them get the cell key, so we could get everyone else out to safety. The sewers were too dangerous for all of us to go in, and so on and so forth. But something in this was very, very interesting. Let's continue reading. The moment I entered the sewers, I felt the cold breeze. It wasn't an ordinary breeze, as this one pierced right through me. This is when the whispers started. I heard voices, but there's more to this entire paragraph. If you guys want to go check it out, go play the game, find the pages. There's a lot of people who made videos on where the pages are. I still haven't found it myself. I found this online, so I am professional. Back to the video. So the final lines which I read were the most interesting ones of the entire lore. But what this is, that whispers, if you guys remember, whispering back in chapter 4, the safe place. Pony heard whispering in him. None of us heard it, but it was only Pony. This is when we were introduced to the insolence and so on, because the insolence is now the main character. He's taken over the storyline. Now, whispers for us, so it is not only Pony who's getting whispers, but looks like Pony's the one getting the insolence whispers, or some sort of whispers, something. We don't know what whispers we're getting. We don't know who's making these whispers. But we do know that in the next line I'm going to read for chapter 6, we can prove that Mr. P is innocent. Let's get into it. This is for chapter 6. Again, this lore is for chapter 6. Bill almost teasingly gave us a head start in our duel. She fired her weapon into the air, destroying the light above us and covering the scene in darkness. The whisper started to take over me again. This time, he and not responsible. These are the only 2 lines we heard. He not responsible. Now this line is ridiculous. This just bumps the storyline to literally the top. We are back at the peak of storylines. We were slowing down on those, getting those player counts down, but no. Miniature comes back with a banger, and look, this is some ridiculous news because, wow. I'll get into this. He not responsible for what? None of us have done anything bad. And if we were to do anything bad, then what is it? We haven't seen anything the player character, do bad. And one thing we presumably assumed was Mr. P was the cause for the infection. That is the only bad thing someone has done, and it says he and not she or anything else. So this must be Mr. P. Mr. P isn't the reason this outbreak has happened. It's something else. Because after this, there's nothing else good for Chapter 6 notes. This is the only line which interests me into this theory. Now, I know it's been a while since a theory video, and this is a good way to continue it. There's a lot more incoming. This weekend, we're getting the Build 1 update, and possibly the very next weekend, we'll be getting the Chapter 9, and we are looking so much from that chapter. We have so much stuff to do, and there's so much things to be answered. Chapter 8 was wow. The Dove Fort, we don't know what's going to be happening, and we're going to be seeing it. Chapter 9, it's right around the corner. 2 more weeks and you get it, or 3 more weeks. We don't know how long it's going to take, but at least 3 weeks is the maximum time, or at least that's most of us what we assume. And that's some ridiculous news. Mr. P, that is the only option we have for this theory. Mr. P, or who else made any mistakes? What if this is something upcoming? What if this is something about the engineer who was in Doveport? Who's in Doveport? Said by Mimi. If you guys didn't know, back in Chapter 7, Mimi told that she knows a friend in Doveport, and he was an engineer. So what if he was the one doing this? I don't know. But that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to smash that like button if you did. It really does help out the channel and motivates me to make more of these amazing content. And subscribe so that you don't miss out on any other update news and stuff like that. Because we're going to be posting manga theories almost every single day, every time I don't want to take a break. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace!